Hey YouTube, this is Gamer Corey, and today I am coming back with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video, and in this video we're going to be talking about upgrading our satchels. Now before we go ahead and continue crafting our Legend of the East Satchel, I want to show you the power of the buck antler trinket right before your eyes. Now, as you could have saw on your screen, I do have a 1-star, which is a poor quality pronghorn pelt or hide right here, but because I have the buck antler trinket, which is very important, we are going to receive a perfect pronghorn hide right there. So I recommend that you guys get this buck antler trinket before you craft the Legend of the East Satchel. What I would like to do now is show you the location of obtaining the buck antler trinket, and then I'm going to include the legendary buck hunting so you guys can kind of get this. Now, I really do recommend that you guys get the buck antler trinket because it's going to help you out with the satchel. I didn't have the legendary buck trinket before I did it, so I had to hunt perfect pelts all the time. And it was really, really hard because if it was a perfect pelt and I missed just a little bit, it was really, really hard. So I'm sorry if I'm giving you guys too much information, but I want to show you on the map where we need to go to get the the legendary buck, which is going to be way up in the big valley, which is in West Elizabeth, kind of northwest of Strawberry. So if we go ahead and zoom out, you guys can see the entire map, and you can see that I have a bounty right now. We'll discuss that later, but it's going to be a little bit kind of southeast of the trapper, I should say, and it's going to be in the Blackbone Forest. So right here is where you're going to find it. I'm also going to tell you that right here is where you're going to find the question mark so that you guys can start this quest, because I actually don't show it on the legendary buck video, but that's exactly the waypoint that you're going to go to in order to start hunting the legendary buck. So good luck. All right, so we have finally uncovered the clue that we need, and as you can see on my minimap, we have a little bit of a question mark, and it's pretty much right in this area right here. So we need to inspect it. There we go.
All right, looks like something.
Ooh, buck fur.
This could take a while.
So let's go ahead and track this thing. We're going this way. We gotta do some. Oh yeah, there's some doo-doo right here that we need to go ahead and check out. Let's see this. Should be right here somewhere, right? Oh, a little bit further. It's right there. There we go. We can inspect this dome. All right, buck dog. Oh yeah, we're getting close. Oh, we gotta go up this way. All right, let's just run around this tree by going this way. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and let's do... Oh, yeah, there's some more dong right here. So now just keep in mind that for you guys, it might be in a different location. The dongs are going to be in a different location, things like that. But we got to find this poop. We have to find it. We got to find the poop so we can find the deer. Okay, we're gonna continue going up this way. And I think, ooh, there it is. It's the legendary buck. Let's actually get my rolling block rifle out here. And I don't want to shoot him in the butt though. But we found it. We found the legendary buck, and I can definitely get the trinket for this thing. Let's go ahead and, okay, it definitely went off in this direction. All right, it ran away from me. All right, let's go and... Oh, okay, I can see it. I can see it now. Now, if we get closer, let's go ahead and get our binoculars out. And let's go ahead and study this magnificent beast. I just want to study it. That's all I want to do. Yeah. Oh, we can track... Okay, where'd it go? It's in the bushes over here somewhere. Legendary buck. All right, let's get our rolling... Okay, it's right there. It just ran up that way. Okay, there's too many trees in the way, and I'm shooting upwards, so this is not going to be easy though. Okay, we just scared up a whole bunch of them. Now we just gotta find the legendary one. Unfortunately, we know that he's definitely in this area. Let's see, where is my? Oh God! You stupid ram! He's trying to knock me over. These things always do it though. I killed a legendary animal? How did I even kill the legendary animal? Okay. Let's see if we can find this legendary animal. Really? I'm pretty sure I steered out of that way, but my horse decided to just run right into the tree. What? Okay, whatever. That's perfectly fine. It's just a little. Okay, do not do it again, you stupid horse. All right, the buck went up here, but where did? Oh, there it is. Okay, so it just went up here and died. Wait, there's a cave right there too. Nice. Okay, seriously though, how did this? Well, I am going to go ahead and skin this thing. Wow, that was really weird. Okay, come on, Arthur. Skin this thing. I mean, its coat though is amazing. Its fur. Look how many antlers this thing has. Look how many points it's got. I can't even count all. I can't even count it anymore. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing down first. So I'm gonna go ahead and stow it. So craft.
Got a little kick show in mind. Huh?
Oh yes, we do. All right, we are gonna get the buck antler trinket with the legendary buck antlers. So let's go ahead and craft that thing. It's gonna cost us 22 bucks. And perfect. Now we've already got that. So we're gonna get a higher quality pelt from animal parts, which is gonna give us a little bit of an advantage when we go hunting in the future at the crafting upgrades with Pearson in our camp. And I'm going to be talking about the prerequisites that we need to do, where you can find the perfect pelts, and what weapons you're going to need in order to do this. I'm going to give you guys a couple map locations as well, so you can make it a little bit easier for you. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And also don't forget to go over to my website, gamercorey.com, if you guys want to get registered for some of my future giveaways. And if you guys want to submit some funny videos for Red Dead Redemption 2, please feel free to do that on my website as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So the first thing that we need to do is we need to talk to Pearson at our camp and go into the crafting upgrades and then go into Satchel. There are 7 different satchels available to us, and I know that I've already purchased the valuable satchel, but I'm going to tell you where to get those pelts, what weapons to use, and things like that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about the Tonic satchel first, because there are a couple prerequisites that are needed for a couple of these satchels. And for the Tonic satchel, we have to upgrade the medicine or health supplies ledger to tier 3 in order to have this even accessible to us, plus the 3 pelts right there. Alright, so for the location of each of these animals, first we have the deer, which are pretty much everywhere. Most of them are right around Rhodes area, but the hard ones are actually the buck, which I actually have next. Most of these I didn't find in the Rhodes area. I had to go north of Valentine to find. And of course, lastly, we have elk, which if you do the elk, the beaver, and the cougar all together, they're kind of on that left over by Strawberry. Now, the next thing that you're going to need to know about the elk is you're going to need the rolling block rifle. At least that's what I had to use. My normal rifles were not enough to kill it. Plus, I could stay far enough away from the animal without spooking it, because it seemed like the elks were easily spooked. But that was just what I noticed anyway. Now, for the elk, you're going to need 2 of them. And for the deer, you're going to need all 7. All right, so let's go ahead and unlock our Tonic satchel right now and craft. Here we go. We've received the Tonic satchel, which is absolutely perfect. Our first one is now. For the next one, we have the ingredient satchel. Now, the requirements for this one, we have to donate 5 animal carcasses to Pearson. So if we're already doing all this hunting anyway, you might as well just bring back the carcasses to Pearson at some point during this process, especially with the deer, because you can get them if you have your camp right outside of Rhodes like I had. It's pretty easy. Just bring them back and you're good to go. And if you collect like squirrels, or it doesn't even matter the condition of the animals, you just bring whatever you want. And if you do like squirrels or rabbits, you can bring back multiple ones at a time instead of just like one deer carcass. But anyway, so for this one, we need a deer pelt again, badger, and squirrel. Now, the one thing that you're going to have to notice about the squirrel is because they are such a small animal, you're going to need the small animal arrows. You can pretty much craft these arrows anywhere as long as you have the scout camp or the main camp or your rest camp just out in the wilderness. You can pretty much do these wherever. The hard part is getting the feathers, so just find some flying birds and just shoot them out of the air, and then just watch where they land, and the little claw marks will land, be on the map, and then you can just pick up the feathers and pluck them, and then you're going to be able to do whatever you need to do from there. So anyway, so let's go ahead and show you the locations of where these are all at. Once again, we have the deer locations, just in case you missed it the first time. This will probably be the last time that I actually showed the deer locations for you. Next, we actually have the badger locations, which I went south of roads, and they are just off of all the main roads. Last, we have the squirrels. They are everywhere and in abundance, but you just have to really keep your eyes open for them because they are so small and they're hard to notice sometimes. And make sure that you're using the small animal or small varmint arrows on them, and make sure that you have your deadeye full because you're going to be wasting a lot of deadeye trying to get the badger and the squirrel. All right, so let's go ahead and craft our ingredient satchel. And there we go. Now we have 2, well, technically 3 out of the 7 for getting a little bit closer to that Legend of the East Satchel. Next up, we have the kit satchel. For this requirement, we must donate 3 valuables at the tithing box next to the ledger so we can contribute that to there. In order to get the necessary pelts, obviously we need a deer again. We'll need our second elk pelt, and then we need a panther pelt. Now, the one tip about the panther that I will give to you guys, and it's going to be the same for the cougar, is they only seem to spawn once every 2 game days in the game. So if you miss it the first time, either wait 48 hours in game, not real 48 hours by any means, or what you can do is right before you think you're going to find either the cougar or the panther, save it. And then if you mess up, then you can go ahead and reload it. The other trick about this is if you do not get a 3-star cougar or panther, you have to do the whole thing over again. But if you just save it roughly before you load it, you can continuously save it as you get closer to meeting the animal, then it seems to work out a lot better for you. At least it did for me. And if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to ask down below, and maybe I'll make a more in-depth video on it at some point. But I'm not necessarily going to show it in this video because it's not what we're going to be doing here. Once again, we have the elk locations, so you guys can pretty much go north of Valentine or west of Strawberry for that. And lastly, we have the panther locations, which I went to the one way straight below roads, and that seemed to work for me. Again, do the tip that I discussed previously if you guys are having troubles with getting a panther right away. So now it's time to craft our kit satchel. There we go. We got it now. Before we continue on to any more crafting of the satchels, I'm going to let you guys know that all of the locations for these animals, the maps that I've been putting on the videos, are going to be located on my website. So if you guys have any questions, the link will be down in the description so you guys can go over there and you'll be able to see all the maps really, really easy. So that way you don't have to necessarily pause the video. You guys can just do it on your own time. So there you go. The next one on our list is the provision satchel, and this requirement includes a provision ledger upgrade to tier 3 at our camp, which can be found in the ledger just like all the other ones. For the ingredients that we need for this satchel, we need deer, bison, and raccoon. Now the thing about the raccoon is you will need the varmint rifle for this. But the deer and the bison, you can use, the deer you can use, well, pretty much anything you want. And the bison, I just used the normal rifle, which I believe was the Smithfield. I think that's the one that I used. I'm not 100% sure at this point, but I think that's the one I did use for the bison. Now for the bison, they're pretty much between Valentine and Emerald Ranch, and you don't really have to do too much with them. Just shoot them in the head, you're good to go. But as far as the raccoon, they're everywhere. I don't have a map, sorry for this one. They're everywhere. You can find them literally everywhere, just kind of like the squirrels, and at least the raccoon are a little bit easier to see. Time to craft the provision satchel. Here we go. Nice. On to the next one. Now for the next one, we have the material satchel, and for this requirement, we need to craft 3 recipes at a campfire. Now specifically, it's the scout campfire inside of the main camp. There are 2 campfires if you guys didn't know this. It is a scout campfire and a main campfire. You'll just have to find the other one that you're looking for. Now the last one is the third one, which is like the resting campfire, which is out in the wilderness, wherever we decide to set up camp. You guys can't do it. I tried that. If you guys find a way to do it, please let me know, but I couldn't get it to work on my end. Now, for our pelts that we need, the recipes are deer, boar, and iguana skins. So let's go ahead and show you where those are at. Now, for the boar, you're going to have to find them kind of around the roads area. But if you do go to the cougar area, you're going to be able to find those as well at that area. Iguana, pretty much the only way that you can get the beginning of these is on the little island right next to our second camp, just west of roads. That's pretty much the only way that you can get it. And you have to have a boat or you have to swim out there to get it. So you either have to upgrade your camp to have a canoe or you need to go find one. So that could be a little bit of a challenge if you guys haven't upgraded your camp fully, or if you have already moved on past this road's camp. Time to craft the material satchel.
Last word, Pearson.
All right, perfect. We got it, and we can move on to the valuable one, which I've already purchased, but that's okay. Just a quick note before we continue on. The iguana, you do need to use your varmint rifle on it, so just kind of keep that in mind. So the next one is our valuable satchel, not statue, which is going to be a deer, beaver, and rabbit pelt. And the prerequisite for this is just donating $50 at the camp. That's all you have to do is just donate $50. So hopefully you guys have $50 at this point in the game, but you're going to have to go ahead and donate $50. If you guys don't have $50, go rob a train. Check out one of my other videos on where you can find some treasure, and you're going to get $500 in gold, or you could rob a train and get roughly $500. But anyway, let's go ahead and tell you where we can find these locations, shall we? The best beaver location is actually just west of Strawberry. There's a lake there. Just go to the west side of the lake and you're going to find a ton of them. The rabbits are pretty much everywhere. Now, just keep in mind that for both of these, you're going to need the varmint rifle. So again, if you haven't purchased it, you're going to need the varmint rifle a few different times to craft these satchels. So just go ahead and buy it. You can buy it at Valentine. I don't remember how much it was. I have a different edition, and mine was free. It kind of came with it, so I don't remember how much the normal price it is for the varmint rifle, but just buy it. You're going to be using it a lot to craft these satchels if that's something that you're going to be doing anyway. All right, so last but not least, we have the Legend of the East Satchel, which I am super excited to be getting this one. Hopefully you guys are too. This took me a lot of time to develop this video and to get the hunting, find out the locations of the animals, get everything I needed, things like that. It probably took me a few hours. And obviously with the cougar and the panther, it took me a little bit longer. So in this last one, the requirement is to craft all of the other satchels, which we've already done. Check. So in order to complete this satchel or to craft it, we need three things. We need another deer, we need a cougar pelt, and we need a wolf pelt. Now, again, you can use the trick that I told you earlier in the video for the cougar and the panther, which is right before you think you're going to experience one in those areas, just go along the main paths. You're gonna run into a panther or a cougar. The panther is a little bit tricky to kind of get out every once in a while, so sometimes you have to go into the woods and then come back out. Same thing with the cougar. So just kind of see what works well for you guys. And if you guys want to see a video on it, please let me know down in the description and I'll go ahead and do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you the locations of these pelts, shall we? For the location of the cougar, you want to go to basically where the trapper is at. If you haven't been there, he's north of the lake by the beavers and kind of northwest of Strawberry. And the wolf is the last one. I found it really close to the cougar as well. So there's like 4 animals in the area. If you kind of plan just the right way, you can get all of them at the same time, because all of them, except for the elk, if you get the elk over there, the elk has such a huge amount of stuff that you bring back, because you're bringing back the antlers and everything else. So it actually, you have to stow it, and it takes up the back of your horse. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this thing, because I want to do that right now, or craft this thing. And here we go. Legend of the East Satchel is now acquired. We have all of them. That is absolutely fantastic. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, because I've enjoyed making it. It took a lot of time to get all the hunting down. So hopefully you guys have kept some of your pelts as well. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot. It would be greatly appreciated. And honestly, by just giving me a like, it tells me that you guys want me to make more videos like this in the very near future. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing, because you're already doing it, and you guys stay game.